Hello, sunshine seekers and positivity champions. Welcome back to the Mindset Makeover podcast. I'm Taylor Swift.
And I'm Chris Evans. We are absolutely thrilled, truly delighted to have you joining us today for a conversation that we believe has the potential to profoundly change your everyday experience.
Oh, Chris, you hit the nail on the head. Today, we're diving into a topic that sounds simple, yet holds immense power: the power of positive thinking. It's something we often hear about, but truly understanding and applying it can be a game changer.
It absolutely can, Taylor. And for anyone out there listening who might be thinking, oh, here we go, another talk about just being happy all the time, hold that thought. We're not talking about ignoring difficulties or pretending everything is perfect. This is about a fundamental shift in how you approach challenges and opportunities.
Aha, it's about retraining your mind, isn't it? Our brains are incredibly powerful, and often, without realizing it, we let negative thought patterns become our default. This episode is about recognizing that and then consciously choosing a different path.
Precisely. So, what exactly do we mean by positive thinking, Taylor? Let's clarify that right from the start. It's not about wishful thinking or simply hoping things will get better.
Good point, Chris. At its core, positive thinking is about approaching situations with an optimistic outlook. It's about expecting good things to happen, but also believing in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. It's an active mental process, not a passive one.
So, it's about seeing possibilities rather than just obstacles. It's about focusing on solutions when problems arise instead of getting stuck in the problem itself.
Exactly. Think of it like this. Your mind is a garden. If you plant weeds, negative thoughts, self-doubt, that's what will grow. But if you plant flowers, positive affirmations, hopeful beliefs, that's what will flourish. We're talking about consciously tending your mental garden.
I love that analogy, Taylor, tending your mental garden. So, for our listeners who might be feeling a bit overwhelmed by life right now, or who are naturally prone to more pessimistic thoughts, where do they even begin? How do they plant that very first positive seed?
That's a fantastic question, Chris. The very first step is often awareness. Most people aren't even aware of how often they engage in negative self-talk or how much their thoughts are leaning towards the gloomy side.
So, it's about becoming a detective of your own mind, observing your thoughts without judgment.
Precisely. For just a day or even a few hours, try to notice your thoughts. When something challenging happens, what's your immediate internal response? Is it, oh no, this is terrible, or okay, how can I figure this out? Simply noticing is a powerful beginning. You can't change what you don't acknowledge.
That's a very accessible first step. It doesn't require any grand effort, just a quiet moment of observation. Once someone becomes aware of the thought patterns, what comes next?
The next crucial step is what we call reframing. This is where you consciously choose to look at a situation from a different, more constructive angle. Every challenge, no matter how difficult, has a potential lesson or opportunity embedded within it.
So, if you spill coffee on your shirt just before an important meeting, instead of thinking, ugh, my day is ruined, I'm so clumsy, you might reframe it as, okay, this is annoying, but it's just coffee. I have 5 minutes to try to clean it, and if not, it's a minor detail in the grand scheme.
Exactly. Or if you miss out on a job opportunity, instead of, I'm a failure, I'll never get a good job, you could reframe it as, this wasn't the right fit for me, and now I'm free to find something even better that truly aligns with my skills. It's not denying the disappointment, it's choosing a different lens through which to view it.
I can see how that takes practice. Our brains are often wired for quick, sometimes negative reactions. So, how can our listeners immediately start practicing this reframing technique today?
Here's a simple exercise. When you encounter a minor setback today, maybe you get stuck in traffic or something doesn't go exactly as planned, pause for just 30 seconds. Instead of letting the initial negative feeling take over, ask yourself, what's one positive thing I can learn from this? Or what's one way I can look at this differently?
That's a great way to put it. Just one positive. Not 10, not 5, just one. That makes it feel achievable.
Absolutely. It's about building a new mental muscle, and the more you practice reframing, the more natural it becomes. It trains your brain to seek out the silver lining or the lesson, even in challenging moments.
So, we've talked about awareness and reframing. What about the power of our words? The language we use, both internally and externally, seems incredibly important, doesn't it?
Oh, it's monumental, Chris. This brings us to positive affirmations and the conscious use of empowering language. The words you speak to yourself and about your life are incredibly powerful. They shape your reality.
It's like our inner dialogue is constantly programming our subconscious mind. If that dialogue is negative, then that's the program we're running.
Exactly. If you constantly tell yourself, I'm not good enough, or I'll probably fail, your brain starts to believe it and you're less likely to take chances or persevere. But if you tell yourself, I am capable, or I can learn and grow, your brain responds differently.
So, for our listeners, how can they immediately start using positive affirmations effectively without it feeling forced or inauthentic?
Start small and make it personal. Choose one or two positive statements that resonate with you, even if you don't fully believe them yet. For example, I am becoming stronger every day, or I attract positive experiences into my life. Say them aloud to yourself in the morning when you wake up, and then night before you sleep.
So it's not about saying things you don't believe, but saying things you want to believe and consistently repeating them.
Precisely. Repetition is key here. Your subconscious mind learns through repetition. Think about how many times you've heard a song and now you know the lyrics. It's the same principle for affirmations. Over time, those positive words begin to sink in and influence your beliefs and actions.
That's a very practical approach to harnessing the power of language. Beyond personal affirmations, what about the people we surround ourselves with? How does that impact our ability to maintain a positive mindset?
That's another massive factor, Chris. We are heavily influenced by our environment, and especially by the people in it. This leads us to the importance of curating your influences. If you spend most of your time with people who are constantly negative, complaining, or finding fault, it's incredibly difficult to maintain a positive outlook yourself.
It's like their negativity can be contagious, isn't it? You absorb their energy, even if you don't consciously try to.
Exactly. So while you can't always completely avoid negative people, you can consciously choose to limit your exposure and actively seek out positive influences. This might mean spending more time with uplifting friends, listening to inspiring podcasts like this one, perhaps, or reading books by motivational authors.
I love that plug, Taylor, but you're absolutely right. It's about intentionally feeding your mind with good things, just like you'd feed your body with nutritious food. So, what's an immediate step our listeners can take to curate their influences today?
For today, identify just one source of negativity in your life that you have some control over. Is it a particular social media feed? Is it a news channel that always focuses on the worst stories? Is it excessive time spent with someone who drains your energy? Then make a conscious decision to reduce your exposure to that one source, even if it's just for an hour or for the rest of the day.
That's very actionable. It's about small, manageable adjustments, not radical life overhauls. And I imagine that even a small reduction in negative input can make a noticeable difference in one's mood and outlook.
It absolutely can. Every little bit of negativity you filter out creates more space for positive energy to flow in.
So, we've talked about awareness, reframing, positive affirmations, and curating influences. These all sound like powerful tools for cultivating positive thinking. What about actions? How do our actions tie into this?
Our actions are deeply intertwined, Chris. This brings us to acting as if and the concept of fake it till you make it, not in a dishonest way, but in a way that generates real change. When you choose positive actions, even if your feelings haven't fully caught up yet, your feelings will often follow.
Hmm. So if you're feeling a bit down or unmotivated, instead of staying in bed, you might decide to go for a short walk or put on some uplifting music. And the action itself might start to shift your mood.
Precisely. Or if you're feeling shy about trying something new, instead of telling yourself, I can't do this, you might act like someone who is confident and capable. Stand tall, make eye contact, offer a smile. These physical actions can actually influence your internal state.
That's fascinating. It's like a feedback loop. Your thoughts influence your actions, but your actions can also influence your thoughts.
Exactly. It's incredibly powerful. So, for our listeners, what's one small, immediate acting as if step they can take today?
For today, try this. Choose one small thing you usually dread or procrastinate on. Maybe it's making a phone call, or cleaning a small area, or starting a simple task. Before you do it, take 3 deep breaths and then act as if you're absolutely thrilled and energized to do that task. Approach it with enthusiasm, even if it's just for the first 60 seconds.
Oh, that's brilliant. It doesn't mean you'll suddenly love cleaning the bathroom, but it shifts your energy going into it, and that shift can make the task feel less burdensome.
It can make it feel much less burdensome, and sometimes that initial burst of acted enthusiasm actually generates genuine momentum and positive feelings.
That's a fantastic way to break free from stagnation and apply positive thinking in a very tangible way. So, to summarize our core strategies so far, cultivate awareness of your thoughts, practice reframing challenging situations, consciously use positive affirmations, curate your influences by choosing who and what you expose yourself to, and actively use the acting as if principle.
All of these are immediately actionable, which is what we love. They don't require huge life changes, just small, consistent shifts in how you think and act.
And consistency is key, isn't it? Just like building any muscle, building a positive mindset requires consistent effort. It's not a one-time fix.
It's definitely not a one-time fix. It's a daily practice, a daily choice. And it's important to acknowledge that there will be days when it feels harder than others. That's perfectly normal. The goal isn't to be positive every second of every day, but to consistently return to a positive perspective.
That's such an important distinction, Chris. It's about the bounce back rate. How quickly can you shift from a negative thought or feeling back towards a more optimistic or constructive one? That's the real measure of a strong, positive mindset.
In these tools we've shared today, awareness, reframing, affirmations, curating influences, and acting as if, they are all designed to improve that bounce back rate. They give you the mental resilience to navigate life's ups and downs.
Precisely. So, for our listeners out there, we encourage you to pick just one or two of these strategies that resonate most with you right now. Don't try to implement all of them at once. Choose what feels most achievable and focus on practicing that consistently for the next few days.
Start small, stay consistent. That's the mantra for cultivating the power of positive thinking. And remember, every single positive thought you choose, every single reframed perspective, every single affirmation you speak is building a stronger, more resilient, and more optimistic you.
It truly is. Your mind is your most powerful tool, and by consciously directing your thoughts, you are taking control of your future.
We are so passionate about this topic because we've seen its transformative effects in our own lives and in the lives of so many others. It's not just about feeling good, it's about performing better, connecting more deeply, and living a more fulfilling existence.
Absolutely. And we believe everyone has the capacity to harness this power. It's not about being born optimistic, it's about developing the habit of optimism.
So we encourage you to experiment with these ideas. See what works for you. Notice the subtle shifts in your mood, your energy, and your interactions with the world around you.
You might be surprised at how quickly small changes in your thought patterns can lead to significant improvements in your overall well-being and success.
Chris, this has been a truly invigorating discussion. I feel more positive just talking about it.
Me too, Chris. It's a wonderful reminder of the control we actually have over our internal landscape.
Indeed. So for all our listeners out there, remember the power lies within you. Choose positive thoughts, cultivate positive habits, and watch your world begin to transform.
We'll be back next time with more insights and practical tools for enhancing your mindset. Until then, keep shining bright.
Keep believing in your boundless potential.